Today, our topic of discussion is making connections, type of transports in which we are going to discuss about the road transport and the rail transport. Do you realize the ease with which you can travel and even communicate with people around the world in a matter of seconds? Yes, all of them is possible just because of the inventions that took place in different transport in the recent years. Okay, let's discuss something about transportation. Transportation is one of the most important activities that took place worldwide. It helps to connect regions and different peoples around the world for their social and economic reasons. The development of transport has in fact played an important role in the rise of civilization. The rise of Egypt and China would not have taken place if not for the growth of transportation. So transportation in fact plays an important role in the development of the countries like China, Egypt. Okay, the Silk Road, which is a network of routes across the Asian continent, links Asia with Northeast Africa and Europe in ancient times. The Karakoram Highway, which is established between Pakistan and China across the Karakoram Range through the Khunjerab Pass. Now it's road transport. Before the Industrial Revolution that brought about technological transformation, no motorized transport existed. Land transport was basically limited to harnessing animals for land transport. Camels were used were the main mode of transport along the Silk Road. Okay, as you know, the Silk Road, which is established between Asian continent with Northeast Africa and Europe. The speed at which the transportation took place at that time was low. Okay, the quantity that was being moved was also limited. Okay, as land transport was limited, the majority of exchanges of goods were local. With the invention of steam engine and internal combustion engine, cars replaced harnessed animal as mode of transport. So this means trading extended further as the moving of goods become easier and faster. Previously, pastures along the routes were needed for animals to graze. They were no longer with these needs with cars. Before the arrival of motor vehicles, roads were of poor quality. They were rough tracks or trails for carts and carriages drawn by animals. With improvement in technology in the 17th and 18th century, vehicles were greatly improved and that brought about increased travel. Okay, so this has also created demand for better routes. The Industrial Revolution also brought about demand for transport. Goods and raw material have to be moved around. Trading flourished accompanied by development of roads. What started out as roads made of stone, gravel and sand becomes paved roads. Okay, so these were some of the invention that took place in the recent years. In 1769, a steam powered vehicle was invented in France. In 1783, there was a balloon which was invented in France. And in 1806, there was a steamship that sailed along the Hudson River, New York. Ships driven by steam had greater power, enabling faster water transport. In 1869, airships were built and they were moving across the Atlantic Ocean. In 1825, the railway became the fastest and most popular land transport for both passenger and cargoes. In 1885, the use of internal combustion engine introduced automobiles to the world, which replaced carriages drawn by animals. In 1903, the first successful aeroplane flight was made by American Wright brothers. Okay, this is an important market, boys, because this will come in your paper as well. Um, since then, there were other technological advancement made. For example, the bullet train that was um, built in Japan, and the maglev train which was built in Shanghai. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about the road transport. Road transport has expanded tremendously in the last few years, and the loading capacity of vehicles has grown both for passengers and goods. And they was previously not feasible without the necessary technology or too expensive or transport. Perishable goods, for example, can be transported along long distance due to refrigeration of trucks. So perishable products are those products that are likely to spoil or decay quickly. Okay, vegetables, fruits, fish, and poultry can now be transported from one place to another due to the refrigerated trucks. So, road transport is an important mode of transport in urban areas around the world. In the last 50 years, the number of cities have increased, and the linkages between the cities have also increased due to better road transport. You can transport different type of goods from one city to another, or from one country to another country. Roads, however, may take up much space. Land is expensive, especially in urban areas. If you look at any city, you will see that a large part of the city is covered by roads and highways. Road transport is relatively cheap due to low cost of trucks, buses, or cars as compared to trains or ships. There's also flexibility of route choice. You have the flexibility of route. You can choose any route, okay, where there is the available road. Then you can take your vehicles over there. Trucks and cars are able to reach the more remote places such as villages and small towns. The things that you own, for example, have been delivered to your hometown by truck or car. So now we are going to discuss about rail transport. Rail transport play a major role in the economic development of Western Europe, North America, and Japan. The success of industries in these countries can be attributed to rail transport. Okay, so the benefit of the rail transport over the um, road transport is that you can transfer a lot of goods through rail transport as compared to road transport, and the rail transport is comparatively more cheaper than the road transport. Trains dramatically improve travel time and reliability. They are not subjected to traffic congestions. This is an advantage often associated with roads, as trains are fixed have the fixed rails. And another advantage of rail transport is of low level of space that is required to build the rails. However, train terminals require much spaces. Okay, so it has another advantage of being able to move a large number of people and huge quantity of goods as compared to, you can say, the road transport. A freight train can carry as much cargo as 600 trucks. A double stack unit train can carry between 200 and 300 containers at a time. The large quantities of freight and passenger that a train can carry makes a rail transport a green system. It is energy efficient compared to road transport, which has limited capacity. The energy consumption per unit load per kilometer is lower as compared to road transport. So it has the advantage that it consumes less energy as compared to the road transport. And the, you can say, the other advantage, the more goods can be transported through this. Okay, um, the large capacity of train makes them suitable for transported bulky freight. Rail transport in many countries is dominated by transport of bulk cargo. Agriculture and industrial raw materials in North America, for example, rail transport is mainly for freight. Rail transport involving passenger is more important in interurban travel and in large cities. These trains are new and high speed ones that carry commuters to offices in the city. What are commuters? Commuters are those people which are living outside the city, and every day they are traveling into the city for earning money, okay, or for doing some job. High speed trains are popular in urban areas where the population density is high and where most of the jobs are found. High speed trains are fast gaining popularity in many countries. For example, the French train TGV and the bullet train in Japan have a speed of about 300 kilometers per hour. The Wuhan Guangzhou high speed railway in China cuts travel time between two cities from 10 hours to less than 3 hours because of the bullet train. In fact, high speed trains have become fast and convenient to travel across cities in different countries. By 2030, there will be a fully integrated high speed train network throughout Europe. The countries which will be connected are England, France, Belgium, Germany, Italy, and Spain.